Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go ahead and talk about cooling fans. Now today's question is from Sammy J, and he was just wondering what kind of cooling fans that we use for this tank. Now the funny thing is I had made an episode about cooling the tank, and we're going to go ahead and show it to you. I had filmed this just before I started putting all the coral into the tank, or maybe like just while I was putting coral into the tank. So it was a little whiles back, but I decided not to upload it because, to be honest, it seemed a little corny. And it just didn't really have good flow that I felt like uploading it would be good. So here it is. Let me know what you think, and let's get going. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be doing this in kind of a different order because I do want this little piece of equipment I have here on the tank before I do the actual tank tour. So this video and the next video are going to be a little flip-flopped, but as you can see from the title of the video itself, I want to do a little talk as far as cooling and heating your aquarium. Now, no two fish tanks are going to be alike as far as parameters, pretty much everything. No two tanks are ever alike. That's why this hobby is just so, easy for others, difficult for others, so on and so forth. Now, one thing since getting this tank that I've noticed is I have a really hard time keeping the temperature down. Whereas my old Red Sea tank generally held the temperature around 78, 77 degrees. This tank actually likes to run hot, and I'm not actually sure why. My thought is maybe the return pump runs a little warmer because it is a bigger return pump. Most of the other equipment I use in the tank itself is from the previous tank, so I don't think that's the issue. Or I'm thinking it might even be like the glass thickness, because this tank is 3/4 inch glass versus the old tank was only a 1/2 inch, so maybe that's insulating the water a lot more. I don't think it's the lights because they are just so high off of the tank. I don't think that's what the issue is. But like I said, this tank has been running really hot, which is kind of making me a little bit nervous just because, I don't want it to stay in those 80s temperatures. I prefer my temperatures generally around that 77, 78, which I'm used to. Now, my options for cooling this tank is generally one of two. One would be, for example, a chiller, which a lot of people run. I don't want to do that. The reason being is, number one, chillers are very loud. They're very bulky. They generate a lot of heat, and then also they make a lot of noise. They're not the quietest thing out there, which would really annoy me. And also, if I did have to put a chiller, it would have to be on one of the sides of the tank, and to me that looks very ugly. I want to make the whole experience around the tank very, aesthetically pleasing. And a big ugly chiller, which looks like the grill on the front of a car, it doesn't do that. The other option generally is going to be fans. And as you can see just right up there, I already have one installed, but we're going to go ahead and install the other right now. Just because I don't want that temperature to get up there into those 80s. So the fans that I decided to go with is going to be the Vornados, which are like cheap kind of Amazon fans. And what's kind of cool about these is that it's a desktop fan. So it is actually made to sit on like a table or clip onto a table and blow from there. So what I've actually done is I've gone ahead and clipped it to my light mount. And as you can see, it's pretty flawless. You can't really see the wires unless you're, really staring hard at it, which is perfect because, the cleaner the look, the better. So what the Vornado actually looks like is kind of like this. So this part is the clip, and I'm just going to mount that right onto the other side right here of the light rail. And then that's just going to clip right onto there, and I'm going to have it actually just blow straight onto the surface of the water. And that's hopefully just going to create a little bit of evaporation and get that tank cooled down to that optimal temperature. Now, one fan here has been able to lower it about 1.5 degrees So it's been running around 80. I've been able to get it to about 78 and a half to 79. But I do want to add that additional fan and try to get it down to that 77, 78 range. And then what we're also going to do is I'm going to point a couple more power heads at the surface to get a bit more like a churning of the water itself. Hopefully that'll increase the effectiveness of lowering that temperature. So what we're going to do is basically just unscrew this guy right here. It comes apart pretty easily. Now what's cool about these Vornadoes is I'm actually going to have it connected to my Apex. So right now that one's already connected. It turns on once the tank hits 79 degrees, and then it'll shut off at 78. So it's basically fully controlled by my Apex. I don't have to worry about turning it on and off. You just got to make sure your temperature probe is calibrated and it's good to go. And that's pretty much it. Cool. So now, as you can see, it's pretty much just going to be like that. Now, I could have gotten away with just the one fan, but for the sake of symmetry, I decided to go ahead and put two. Just because, I mean, just look at it. It looks a lot better when everything's just symmetrical. And then, you know, it never hurts just to have that extra fan power. And of course, you know, they're just like only a couple watts each, so it's not really a big deal. But yeah, the way it looks is great, and everything is controlled by the Apex, so I don't have to worry about it. So just the fans just blow right onto the water, lower that temperature, and I'm pretty much good to go. And because the house itself is air conditioned, because I do live in the desert, I do keep that chiller just in case I ever need it. In case, for example, my air conditioner blows out. Hopefully it never does. But yeah, just in the meantime, these fans will pretty much do it. I don't really need anything else to keep the temperature down. But that's just a quick video for today. I just wanted to show kind of what I did, just because I really like the way they look. I like the way they work, and I thought I'd just go ahead and share that. But as always, thank you guys for watching. We'll go ahead and see you again next time. Peace.